All right, Andrew, welcome on this call. We really appreciate that you took some time out of your busy schedule. So, look, we are very excited, me and Matthew, to have you on this call. And the reason why I'm really excited about is that today we're going to actually discuss about, the hottest noise in the world right now, which is Bali. Everybody's just talking about Bali is the tourist destination. Bali is the place to go for your holidays. Everyone wants to go to Bali. So look, I mean, we just thought today we just get a little bit of your, time and discuss, few of the elements about Bali and why does Bali actually is a perfect location for majority of the people all across globe right now. So yeah, so Andrew, look, if I would really appreciate if you can just kindly, introduce yourself as well, as we already know that you are actually one of the senior representative for one of the biggest developers of Bali at this stage, and we are quite excited to have you. So over to you, Andrew.
Good day, guys. Yeah, nice to see you as well. And of course, I always have time for you. And yeah, my name is Andrew, and I'm chief executive for the Magnum estate and Samahita Group. And at the moment, we are the biggest developer in Bali. And we have six big projects going on right now, and we're building something different from
Very
what all
nice.
the rest of the market is doing. So yeah, I'm here for you right now, and absolutely, you're correct that right now the whole world is looking at Bali, and this is a very hot and booming destination right now. If for the last decade, probably Dubai was number one in all the cases. So what is with the real estate that right now even Dubai is buying in Bali.
There you
A
go.
big percentage of people
Mhm.
from Dubai, a lot of clients from Dubai right now are purchasing property. So probably they know something. Yeah. And, next month we're going to have G20 summit, and the whole world will be looking at Bali. And usually this kind of events, they're attracting more and more people as we're
Mhm.
going to be in all of the news.
Beautiful. Now, thank you so much, Andrew, for giving us that insight. Now, I just wanted to actually ask, I mean, one of the things like, I mean, in Bali, what do you see? Majority of clients, are they like, are they owner occupied there? They want to live in there? Are they buying holiday homes, or they are more like buying investment properties in Bali?
To be honest, right now it's getting close to 50-50. As
Sure.
if before, mostly people who were purchasing property in Bali, it was just the investment. But right now, because a lot of laws changed over here, and for example, they announced that there is a digital demand visa here that people can work online and they can get their salaries to the local bank account without paying any extra taxes, and there is a possibility for them to stay long term in Bali. So all this news are attracting more and more people who actually coming here and buying property to live here, to stay here. As you know, it's a whole 12 month seasonality. It's much cheaper prices than any place in the world. If we're talking about the big cities, yeah, if we're talking about Australia or Europe or States or something, yeah, Bali has a lot of to offer. It's a beautiful nature. It's an ocean, surfing, beautiful food, very good looking, and a nice people from all over the world. Yeah, they all are here, so it attracts more and more people who want to stay here permanently, who are buying this property as their first or second home. So yeah, it's changing a little bit. And of course, if we're talking about the investment right now, Bali is showing the biggest return of investment in the world. Yeah, if we're talking about Europe, which is right now really, really down to 2 to 5%. If we're talking about Dubai with approximately 7-8% return of investment, that Bali, those numbers are just starting from 10 and going up to 20% easily.
Beautiful.
Very nice. And is there any key reasons as to why the rent is that high, besides the fact that it's a holiday destination, or is that the main reason there?
No, it's not the main reason. There's a lot of different things affecting the market over here. First of all, Bali is a pretty new destination. Yeah, it's still
Mhm.
being developed. But another thing that the Bali is very limited with the land, what can be used to build something, as most of the island, it's in natural parks, it's mountains, cliffs, volcanoes, jungles. Yeah, so we're not going to build over there. And there are just few touristic areas and few areas which has something around them, yeah, which are developed well, so people can live there with international schools, with the shopping malls and different kind of facilities. So very limited amount of land. This is increasing a value of the property. And of course, the news from the government, yeah, the government is doing everything to attract more investors from outside. Right now, people can open their company here with 100% foreigner investment, and they can be safe and secure. They can do whatever business. Yeah, the law changed, and right now there is no restrictions of what kind of business foreigners can run over here. So big universities like MIT, yeah, Massachusetts Technical University opening this year. G20 is coming, and many news. The cruise ship harbor, the first medical retreat destination in Southeast Asia with special laws made for that reason. Yeah, so all this news, people hear it, they see it, and for different kind of purposes, they're coming to Bali. And I believe it will not stop. It's just the beginning for Bali to grow and to become one of the top destinations in the world. Right now, it's number one touristic destination, but it will not gonna be just about the tourism. It's about actually moving here, making business. This is very comfortable place for living, for making business, and for having a family over here. As I told already, weather and everything, the surrounding, it makes difference. Yeah, and if people want to have a good quality life in some beautiful place like Bali, this is the right time to do that. This
Okay,
is the
beautiful.
right time.
Thank you so much. And Andrew, if I may ask, so when people, let's say, buy in Bali, what are the options are available for someone who's looking at this information for the first time? So where, I mean, what is the entry ticket and where can it actually go up to? So in Bali, so what are the options available?
So actually, the prices at the moment are very different. Yeah, most of the property in Bali is really affordable, and it's not gonna cost more than any similar property in any city, any big city, or even smaller cities. This is very comparable. So, for example, in our company right now, the entry ticket is around 165,000 USD. Yeah, so we're talking about the one bedroom apartments in an amazing big building with a lot of facilities with more than 4,500 square meters infrastructure. So this is a pretty good price, I believe, because I'm checking markets in a different places in the world. And if we're talking about uh, some unique projects, yeah, then the price is going tenth of millions of dollars. Yeah, we have property like that coming to the market right now. If 5 years ago you would not hear that someone is selling a villa for 10, 15, 25 million dollar, right now we have a property like that in Bali. So there is no limit. Sky is the limit, you know, there's a saying like that. So this is about Bali, and right now it's attracting more and more people who wants comfortable living, who want a different quality product, and this is what our company is doing. We're not thinking about the very quick profits right now and building something cheap and affordable. We're building something really good quality and in the same time affordable for everyone. But in a long term, yeah, we will see what gonna be needed for the market, and whatever is needed, we are planning to give it to the market, you know,
And
following the trend.
Andrew, one thing I want to ask, because in terms of myself, I've obviously invested in a lot of places beforehand, but we've talked about the rental, the amazing 10 to 20% rent, which is amazing. But is there any substantial growth on the actual land? Or let's say I purchased a villa for, call it 600,000. What kind of growth can I actually expect on that?
Yeah, this is a really good question. Yeah, the profits what the people who purchasing property here in Bali, it's not only the rental. The
Okay.
actual land is growing really fast. And if we're talking about the developed areas, yeah, for example, Canggu, by statistics from 2016 to 2019, gave almost 670% increase in the price of land. This is one of the biggest number in the world. This is not my
That sounds
statistic.
crazy.
This is Harvard University studies about the land and the increasement in the price in the world. And Bali has one of the top parts. Yeah, the
Jeez,
same as
okay.
a Forbes put it Canggu area as the number 4 place in the world for the investment and living. Yeah, and this is the same area what I was telling about, and it didn't stop. Average in every area in Bali, the prices for land are increasing around 20 to 30% yearly. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
very
you can
nice.
expect something around those numbers. So we actually have a cases that our property in 1 to 1.5 year time while it's being constructed is growing around 100 to 120%. This is huge numbers. This is a great numbers.
Massive.
So the property in Bali work not only for those who want to move or they want to invest long term. It's a great opportunity for those who want to do the flips and to go for the short term investment. So this is absolutely insane. And if you find a good location, yeah, don't buy 1 unit, buy
Yeah.
2 units and resell it. You will get your profits. This is the right time as well.
Okay. Now,
Beautiful.
now in terms of in the Bali, because majority of time people actually ask, okay, so we do understand it's not a freehold, property over there. So I mean, I believe majority of the projects they can easily renew their lease. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. So you need to double check that. This is a very important thing to do before you choosing a property, what you want to purchase. First thing, what you should do is to check the legality of that land, to check if the road connecting the main road to your property
Mhm.
is not owned by someone else and they're going to get some cash afterwards. So they're going to come and say, if you want to get to your villa, you have to double check the legality of the product. And of course, leasehold is very safe and secure way. It's the same like the freehold title. Only difference is that it's limited with amount of years. If we're talking about Bali, that usually you can see 90% of the property sold for 20, 25, 30 years with a possibility of extension. Yeah, we always take care about that. And in our projects, it's always more. Yeah, you know that we have some 40, 50 years leasehold with a 30
Mhm.
years extension. It's possible if you check with the big developers, yeah, they can offer a little bit more than just the private person who's selling the property. Yeah, but it's a very safe and secure way. It's easy to sign. It's a notary involved deal, so it's registered in the government paperwork. So it's very easy, secure way. And for most of the people, actually, they understand what is the leasehold. It comes from the British law system. So most of the people heard that or know, but yeah, it's very easy to explain. So it's the same freehold title. Difference is the limit of years. And if we're talking about 40, 50 years, yeah, this is a lifetime investment as well.
Yeah,
And you know,
massive.
most of the people who are investing in a property, they usually do it for 10, 15 years. Yeah, then when it's on the peak of the price, they're reselling it and going to a new project and earning more and more. In 5 to 7 years over here, you can double and triple up your money. Yeah, because of the increase of the price and because of the rental usually 6 to 7 years, any project in Bali will give you 100% return.
That's
Very
great.
nice. And Andrew, one more thing, because the the more I've looked into this, and the more that we actually speak, I'm actually thinking about doing this myself. So if I wanted to invest there, and I pretty much want to take the headache out of it, do you guys manage the property? Do you guys sort out everything for myself, or how should I go about that kind of structure there?
Yeah, absolutely. So I will be honest to you that right now we have approximately 50 to 60% of the people who are purchasing property over here, they never been to Bali and they're
Yeah.
not planning to come. They're just looking at a totally 100% passive income. So for that reason, we are providing fully managed property. And those numbers, what I was mentioning, around 10 to 20%, this is already net income with after you paid everything. Yeah, so
Okay.
you don't need to worry. So we offer fully managed property. So we have our management company, we know how to run, we have our hotels and what so on. So we're taking care of everything, insurances, meeting and greeting people, finding who's going to stay in your property, all the renovations, whatever is needed for your property. Any damage is going to be covered from our company. We're going to pay the bills, we're going to pay the taxes for you, so you're going to get your profit 100% legal to your bank account, what you can use anywhere in the world. So it's a we thought about that. Yeah, for this reason we have special applications that you can follow what is going on with your property while you're not there, how much it's bringing, how much goes for the taxes. So we thought about that because this is what the market needs. They need something what brings the passive income, because the stock markets, crypto is not stable at the moment. Nothing in the world can offer you 10 to 20% totally 100% passive income, which going to be safe and secure, because it's impossible right now that the price is going to go down. There is no reason for that. There's something exceptional should happen in the whole world, yeah, that the tourism stops. And even in COVID times, we had a really good occupancy rates because of the local tourism. Yeah, let's not forget about that, that it's a country with more than 300 million people. Yeah, the fourth biggest population in the world. So locals, they do have money, a lot of money. They're coming to visit Bali as well. It's their favorite place. They speak the language, they like the food. So we had on 2019, we had approximately 11 million people, locals, visiting Bali. This is
Wow.
huge numbers.
That is crazy. And what's the actual population? Just a random question. Well, what's the actual population for Bali?
So in the local, for the locals,
For
it's around
locals.
5 million people who live in Bali. And then in 2019, it was around 16 to 17 million people visited.
Jeez,
And
okay.
this year, they're already expecting more. And by the government plan, by 2027, they will increase it to 32 million people.
Wow.
So they will double up. And they will double it because of the huge projects coming here. The biggest amusement park from Paramount Pictures, cruise ship harbor, the second airport, Formula One, MotoGP, universities, and medical tourism will attract around 3 million people. So just last week, they announced that in Bali, there will be the first area in Southeast Asia for the medical tourism, where the foreigner doctors will be able to work. No one has it. No Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, no one. So Bali, and exactly one place in Bali, it will be supported by the government, and this will attract millions of tourists coming for the medical reasons, yeah, to do their retreat over here and to do some surgeries or something. Yeah, and yeah, 32 millions, it's a huge number.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's more than London is taking, more tourists than the London is taking, or Paris.
To me, this is why it makes so much sense about the growth and the rental return now. Because now that you've actually explained that to me, I can really see, based on population of call it 5 to 5.5 million, and you're getting 15, 16, aiming for 30 plus million people in terms of coming into the country. Now it makes sense why the rental return's so high, the growth of the property is so high. It makes it very easy to actually understand. So,
Because if we do the numbers at the end of the day, the actual population And if you see what's the how much amount of tourists which are visiting, is actually at the moment is 3 to 4 times more than the actual population. And within 10 years, you're looking at doing 10 times more. So that explains clearly why the rental return going to be so high, because people will
Absolutely.
look for a place
Makes
to
sense.
rent, I mean, and to be in the right places as well.
And there is no place to build.
Yeah,
So it's
That's it.
always the demand over here is bigger than the actual amount of property. And there's different classes of property. Right now is more wealthy people coming to Bali, and for them, it's everywhere occupied. The occupancy rate for luxury property here in Bali is close to 100% if we're talking about the popular areas. Yeah, it's crazy. Actually,
It is.
in the touristic areas, the average occupancy rate over the year is close to 90%. Yeah, I never heard about the numbers like that. Yeah, you need to be central New York or some really, really popular place to get those occupancy rates.
100%.
And more property being built, but still, if we're looking in a peak season, and the peak season is around uh 7-8 months a year. Yeah, so right now it's the winter, so like November, December, January, this is like a really peak season when it's cold in Canada, when it's cold in United States and Europe. So they all coming here to get in a warmer place to enjoy the winter. So it's the winter breakaway. And then if we're talking about summer, that a lot of Australians are moving here to Bali. It's very nearby, it's very cheap, and it's a good place to stay. So they feel safe over here. Yeah, and it just finished the Australian season. I thought it's finished, but it's not. It's not actually. They continue coming, and a lot of people moving their businesses and actually their families here. A lot of international schools. So I really see it. I see how busy are the places all the time, not just in when we should expect the tourist. It's actually packed all the time.
Absolutely. And like back in the days, there was a saying that for people who want to invest into real estate, that you got to dominate your local market, right? You got to have properties in your own town, in your own backyard. But I think, look, things are changing because growth demands change sometimes. Look what's happening with cars industry right now. I think the future is electronic cars, and I think Bali is at the cups of where things gonna change, because Bali is offering something where, why just you want to have be local? You can act local, but you can go global. And it's all about the global, owning global properties. And at the end of the day, if you get returns like Bali has to offer, then you can't go wrong. And the time is short, so you got to make it the best. And there's a lot of people going to hear this Zoom call. And thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your wisdom, because there's truly a lot of value into it. And I'm quite excited. Me and Matthew are looking forward to actually coming ourselves to Bali, and and seeing what the Bali has to offer in terms of every beauty it's got. And look, Andrew, sincerely, thank you so much for your time. We
Thank
really
you, Andrew.
appreciate it. And we look forward to
You're
doing
more than welcome.
we look forward to keep doing questionnaires like this with you, because someone like with your knowledge
Absolutely.
could actually provide a lot of value to our clients and for ourselves as well. So thank you so much.
Absolutely, you're more than welcome. It was really nice to see you. So I hope you're gonna come over here. I'm gonna meet you, greet you, and you're always welcome. Yeah, we're always here for you. So thank you very much, guys, for inviting me today. And
Absolute
let's
pleasure.
keep in touch. And there is a lot of different things what we could discuss in our next meetings. How quick and how easy, how is the safest way to purchase the property. As you know, right now, you don't need even to fly to Bali to buy the property. Everything is done online in a
Beautiful.
pretty safe and secure way. So we're gonna talk about that probably next time.
Thank you so much,
That
Andrew.
sounds good.
Appreciate it.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
Andrew.
Have a
Appreciate
great
it.
day.
Beautiful.
Enjoy the
Thanks for your
weather.
time.
Thank you
Cheers.
so much, and see you next time.
See you
Bye
next
bye.
time, Andrew.
Bye.